The Baltimore Ravens are making big moves this offseason, and fans are buzzing with excitement about the latest additions to the coaching staff. Mike Mickens, who comes from a strong defensive background at Notre Dame, has officially joined the Ravens as a defensive backs coach, known for his ability to develop talent and make adjustments on the fly. Mickens has been widely praised as one of the top college defensive back coaches, and now he's bringing that expertise to Baltimore. Many insiders say that while it was expected he would eventually leave Notre Dame, nobody wanted to see him go. And the fact that he chose the Ravens speaks volumes about the vision and culture Jesse Minter is cultivating with Mickens on board. The secondary looks poised to grow in both skill and confidence heading into the new season. On the offensive side of the ball, the Ravens have been equally aggressive in targeting top-tier coaching talent. Dwayne Leadford, formerly the offensive line coach and run game coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, is expected to join the Ravens in the same capacity. Leadford has been recognized as one of the best in the business, particularly when it comes to teaching wide zone schemes and developing cohesive run games. His tenure in Atlanta saw him elevate a line that faced numerous injuries to top performance levels, a clear indicator of his ability to adapt and optimize talent regardless of circumstances. While some might wonder why Atlanta let him go, the answer is simple. The Falcons brought in Bill Callahan, another high-profile coach, which meant tough decisions had to be made. The Ravens, however, saw the opportunity and moved decisively, securing a coach who could be transformative for their offensive line unit. The offensive line has been a glaring concern for Baltimore over the past seasons. In 2025, the line struggled significantly, and many fans and analysts point to it as one of the main reasons. The team fell short of making the playoffs. From Ronnie Stanley to Daniel Full, the entire group underperformed. Compared to previous years, the inconsistencies in blocking, missed assignments, and failure to protect Lamar Jackson in crucial moments were all key issues. Now, with Leadford stepping in, there's hope that the line will regain not only technical proficiency, but also the confidence necessary to execute at a high level throughout the season. A fresh voice and a new perspective often bring renewed energy to a unit, and Baltimore's offensive line has the potential to be one of the league's most improved in 2026. Leadford's coaching pedigree is extensive. He played in the NFL from 1999 through 2006, gaining first-hand experience in the league's demands. His coaching career began in 2005 at North Carolina as an assistant strength and conditioning coach, and he steadily worked his way through a series of college coaching stops before entering the NFL. He broke into the professional ranks with Atlanta during the 2021 season and quickly made an impact as the offensive line coach before adding the run game coordinator role. Interestingly, he also served as Louisville's offensive coordinator from 2019 through 2020, giving him unique insights into offensive schemes and player development. Even though his tenure there did not overlap with Lamar Jackson's college years, this combination of professional playing experience, collegiate coaching, and NFL line development makes Leadford uniquely qualified to address Baltimore's challenges. One of the most encouraging aspects of Leadford's arrival is his ability to work with teams under adversity. In Atlanta, he managed an offensive line riddled with injuries, yet still produced one of the league's top rushing units. Players like Bijan Robinson thrived under his system, which emphasizes proper technique, timing, and the creative use of wide zone running schemes. For Baltimore, this is a crucial upgrade. Last season, the Ravens' rushing attack was inconsistent, and Lamar Jackson often found himself under pressure due to the line struggles. With Leadford in charge, there is a real chance for improvement not just in run blocking, but also in pass protection, which could fundamentally change the team's offensive efficiency. The combination of a healthy offensive line, talented skill players like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and Leadford's expertise could elevate the Ravens' offense to new heights in 2026. The Ravens' front office deserves recognition for backing Jesse Minter fully and acquiring high-profile coaching talent. The commitment to strengthening both sides of the ball demonstrates an organizational philosophy centered on sustained success. Offensive line performance was a critical weakness, and now the team has addressed it with a coach capable of instilling discipline, accountability, and technique in players who previously struggled, even with some pending personnel decisions, such as Tyler Linderbaum's contract status and potential roster changes in the guard positions. The foundation is set. Leadford's proven ability to develop talent and adjust schemes to maximize player performance gives Ravens fans legitimate reason to feel optimistic about the upcoming season. Discussion around the offensive line also involves the dynamics of contract extensions and personnel planning. Tyler Linderbaum's future in Baltimore is closely tied to Lamar Jackson's extension, as the quarterback's contract impacts the team's salary cap strategy and priorities. The Ravens will need to secure Jackson's long-term deal before fully committing to Linderbaum's extension. And if completed successfully, Linderbaum could become the highest-paid center in the league. This would solidify the line's core and allow Leadford to implement his system effectively. Meanwhile, the departures of players like Daniel Full and potential competition for starting spots will ensure that every position on the line is evaluated carefully, giving Leadford the opportunity to maximize both talent and cohesion. Looking at statistics from Leadford's previous teams, the numbers speak for themselves, even without elite talent like Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry. The Falcons under Leadford produced above-average rushing success rates and overall offensive line efficiency. His linemen routinely achieved high grades in performance metrics, and the unit's ability to maintain production despite injuries is an encouraging sign for Baltimore's future. The hope is that this level of coaching will not only stabilize the line, but also enhance the team's ability to open lanes for the running game and protect the quarterback, setting the stage for a more balanced and potent offensive attack. Beyond the numbers, the intangible impact of a coach like Leadford cannot be overstated. Confidence, communication, and leadership on the line are just as critical as technical proficiency. With Leadford's approach, players are expected to internalize their roles, understand timing and spacing, and react dynamically to defensive adjustments. This could transform a unit that struggled under pressure into one capable of controlling the line of scrimmage consistently. Fans can anticipate a more disciplined, confident, and cohesive offensive front, one that will be a key factor in the Ravens' success in the upcoming season. From player development to game day execution, Leadford's influence is likely to be felt across every facet of the team's offensive operation. The Ravens' aggressive approach to coaching hire signals a broader commitment to excellence. Following the additions of both Mike Mickens on defense and Dwayne Leadford on offense, the team is positioning itself to address weaknesses head-on while leveraging its strengths. With a renewed focus on fundamentals, technique, and accountability, the organization is sending a message to players and fans alike: mediocrity will not be tolerated, and every unit is expected to perform at the highest level. The coaching staff now has the tools to turn potential into performance, and the upcoming season promises to be one of development, adjustment, and hopefully resurgence for the Baltimore Ravens as the Ravens prepare for the 2026 season. Attention now shifts to the personnel and roster moves that will define the team's success. The offensive line remains at the center of this conversation, particularly given the need to replace or restructure positions that underperformed last season. Tyler Linderbaum's situation is pivotal, as the center is not only the anchor of the line but also a crucial communicator in both run and pass schemes. Securing Linderbaum under a long-term contract will provide stability for the line and give Dwayne Leadford the ability to implement his system with confidence. Without him, the Ravens may face additional challenges in cohesion, particularly given the potential turnover at guard positions and other interior spots. The management of these contracts and free agent decisions will ultimately influence how quickly Leadford can elevate the unit's performance. Meanwhile, the departure of Daniel Full marks a clear turning point. Full's struggles in 2025 were widely criticized, and it is evident that the Ravens are moving in a new direction. His replacement will need not only physical ability but also mental acuity to execute complex blocking schemes and adjust in real time to defensive shifts. This opens the door for competition among returning players and potential new signees, which could create a more competitive environment on the line. Players like Rosenard and Stanley are expected to retain their starting positions, but even they will have to adapt to Leadford's coaching philosophy and techniques. The introduction of new talent, whether through the draft or free agency, will be critical in filling gaps and creating depth across the line. Leadford's offensive philosophy emphasizes the importance of wide zone concepts, timing, and synchronization among linemen. The goal is to create fluid movement along the line, allowing running backs like Derrick Henry to find lanes and quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson to operate without constant pressure. In previous stints, he demonstrated the ability to transform underperforming units into top-ranked rushing teams, often exceeding expectations despite limited resources or injuries. His success in Atlanta where he guided a banged-up line to a high level of production, underscores his capacity to develop talent and optimize performance. For Baltimore, this means that even with some uncertainties in personnel, there is a clear roadmap for improvement and a tangible expectation that the offensive line will be a strength rather than a liability beyond individual performance. The Ravens' offensive line will also play a critical role in shaping the team's overall offensive strategy. A stronger, more cohesive line allows for greater play-calling flexibility, including more effective screen passes, run-pass options, and designed quarterback runs. Lamar Jackson's mobility has always been an asset, but last season the lack of protection often forced him into hurried decisions and missed opportunities. With Leadford's guidance, the offensive line can not only improve in standard blocking schemes but also adapt dynamically to the defensive alignments Jackson will face. This improvement is likely to have a ripple effect throughout the offense, increasing efficiency and scoring opportunities while reducing turnovers and negative plays. Another area of focus is the development of younger linemen and potential draft picks. Leadford's track record shows a commitment to nurturing talent and refining technique, which will be essential for players like Tyler Linderbaugh, Rosenard, and any incoming rookies. A well-coached line often differentiates good teams from elite teams, as consistent performance in the trenches sets the tone for the entire offense. For the Ravens, the opportunity to mold a cohesive, disciplined, and technically sound unit could address one of the primary weaknesses from the previous season. This includes improving communication, understanding defensive tendencies, and executing complex blocking schemes that create advantages for skill position players. The importance of coordination between the offensive line and the skill players cannot be overstated. Running backs, receivers, and quarterbacks rely on precise timing and protection to execute plays effectively. Leadford's experience in run game coordination means he can teach linemen how to read defenses, make split-second adjustments, and work in tandem with the backs to maximize yardage. For Derrick Henry, this could translate into more explosive runs and fewer instances of being tackled at the line of scrimmage. For Lamar Jackson, the improvements may mean more clean pockets, better opportunities for deep passes, and the ability to extend plays with confidence. This synergy between line and skill players is exactly what Baltimore lacked in 2025, and it could be the key to a significant offensive turnaround. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Whispers are circulating in Baltimore that the Ravens' defensive dynasty might be on the brink of a dramatic overhaul. Sources close to the team suggest that newly arrived coach Minter, known for his ruthless approach to roster management, is entering the organization with what insiders are calling a BROOM, and he isn't afraid to sweep out the veterans who helped build the team's past successes. The defensive unit, once considered the backbone of the Ravens' identity, now finds itself under intense scrutiny. Minter's reputation for prioritizing youth and athleticism over legacy players has already fueled speculation that some of the franchise's long-standing stalwarts may soon be shown the door. League observers are noting the tension within the locker room, where a mix of loyalty, pride, and uncertainty is creating an undercurrent of unease. Veterans who have long been pillars of the defense may soon face difficult decisions, with reports suggesting that even some fan favorites could be on the chopping block. While the Ravens front office has remained tight-lipped, anonymous sources hint that the team is preparing for significant changes, aiming to inject fresh energy and adaptability into a unit that has occasionally struggled to keep pace with evolving offensive schemes across the league. The timing of Minter's arrival has only intensified speculation. Analysts argue that the new regime is unlikely to tolerate players whose performance has dipped or whose styles no longer align with the high-pressure, fast-paced system the coach is said to favor. In this sense, the BROOM is less a metaphor and more a warning. Experience alone may not be enough to secure a roster spot this season. Fans are divided. Some embrace the potential for a revitalized defense that can dominate for years to come, while others fear that discarding the old guard could erode the team's culture and identity. Either way, the Ravens are bracing for a period of transformation, and the NFL world is watching closely. If the rumors hold any truth, the coming weeks could mark the definitive end of a storied defensive era, signaling a new chapter under Minter's uncompromising vision. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.